Hi everybody, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast. Before I get started with the reading, I just want to take a second and thank all of my subscribers. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you for all of your likes, your shares, and your comments. If you do not subscribe to my channel, please do, because I do actually upload weekly and monthly tarot forecast. And if you are interested in additional guidance aside from the weekly and monthly tarot forecast that I offer here on my channel, please head over to either Facebook or Instagram and follow me there, because I do actually draw and upload a daily oracle guidance card every single day. And of course, if you are interested in receiving a private reading from me, please head over to northeasttarot.com and read about how I offer my private readings. Please be sure to watch your sun, your moon, and your rising sign for these general tarot forecasts to get the most insight. If you do not know what your sun, moon, or rising signs are, I do actually have listed below in the description bar a website that can calculate that for you for free. So again, I just want to thank you all for your support. Stay tuned for the reading. Hi Gemini, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week of February 27th through March 5th. This is for Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, and Gemini Rising signs. All right, Gemini, so at the bottom of the deck, I do have the Justice card. Okay, so the Justice card does represent the sign of Libra, so there definitely could be a Libra person around you, Gemini, this week. That's very significant, but Justice can also represent that contract or that legal decision. For some Geminis, you could even be waiting on some sort of karmic justice or some sort of fairness or equality to come in. And I say waiting because when I just lifted up the Justice card here, I do have the Hanged Man underneath it. And then just looking at the rest of the spread here, I think that there's definitely some Geminis that are waiting on this contract or waiting on some sort of fairness or equality to come in. The overall energy, Gemini, for the week is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is what I call that warrior spirit. This is someone who's standing firm with what it is that they want. They're standing up for what it is that they believe in. This can even be a little bit of a defensive energy, but I see many of you coming through very passionate, very strong, and as long as you stand up for what it is that you want, Gemini, you will be successful. So for some of you, I see you wanting something very much. It could be something you're very passionate about. You might be a little defensive when it comes to that, but this is you not backing down. This is you not quitting, not giving up. You're standing firm. For some of you, you're not going to settle. You're not going to compromise with justice there. For some of you, you know what's fair. You know what it is that you want, and you want things to be fair, so you're not giving up. So you're coming through actually very strong. You could be dealing with some restrictions here, because we have the Four of Pentacles, which I feel like is you holding out and wanting things to be fair. So this is you holding out, waiting on... Maybe this is something financial. So for some of you, this could even be like a lawsuit, or there certainly could be some Geminis getting a divorce, or there could be like a legal situation, or even a work situation, something involving maybe your financial stability. But with the Devil here, this is a restrictive energy. So for some of you, you might have been in a situation where you felt tied or you felt blocked or stuck in some way. You definitely could have felt restricted here. So for some of you, maybe you're trying to free yourself. You're trying to unchain yourself from a difficult situation. Just try not to obsess. The Devil can represent, you know, all things in excess, and that can definitely be for some of you obsessing about this particular situation with the Four of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles here. For some of you, this is definitely on the financial front. So it could be something going on within the workplace, or even, again, like some sort of like case, some sort of legal or court case. Could be like a lawsuit, because I feel like you're holding out and waiting on that financial stability or that success. With the Empress underneath the Four of Pentacles, she does represent abundance. So I think that for some of you, you're holding out, you're waiting on maybe this abundance, this prosperity to come through, this financial security to come through. Or, you know, this is you maybe wanting to start something new with the Empress. You know, she represents you giving birth to something new. This is an incredibly creative energy. So for some of you, you might be trying to start something new here. You could feel stuck with the Devil. The Devil does represent the sign of Capricorn, and we do have the King of Pentacles underneath the Devil, so there certainly could be some Geminis dealing with a Capricorn. A Capricorn person could be very significant, but then also maybe a Libra, because we have Justice, and then the Empress represents the sign of Libra or Taurus. So there could be a Libra, there could be a Taurus, there could be a Capricorn. You actually have a lot of characters in this spread, Gemini. So there could be a lot of characters around you this week. For some of you, this can be a new relationship that's unfolding. Maybe it's taking its time with developing here. For a very small number of you, this could definitely be a relationship. With the Devil, this can be a very passionate, lusty sort of energy. This can represent a very strong physical attraction. And then the Empress is a beautiful woman, a beautiful, beautiful woman. So for some of you, you quite possibly, maybe you're involved with a very beautiful, attractive woman, a Taurus or a Libra. There could be this very strong physical chemistry, physical attraction here. Or, you know, Gemini, this could be your energy, and you could be dealing with perhaps a Capricorn male. We have this earth sign energy here, this King of Pentacles that is looking directly at the Empress. So this could definitely be someone that you're involved with. If not, this could be your boss. I often see the King of Pentacles come through as like a business owner. So this could be your boss. This could be someone that you work with. For some of you, this could be your spouse. You might be waiting on a decision from this person, because we do have the Two of Swords here. That's interesting that I just said Two of Cups. So for some of you, you certainly could be waiting on a decision from your spouse, definitely. But we have the Two of Swords, which can represent a decision that's quite significant. We have the Two of Swords sitting with the King of Cups. So for some Geminis, you very well might need to make a decision. This very well could be your energy. We have the King of Cups looking at the Two of Swords. So if you're a Gemini that needs to make a decision, you very much need to listen to your intuition with doing that. The King of Cups is very much in touch with his intuition. So for some of you, you need to listen to your intuition and make a decision. And then for some other Geminis, maybe you're waiting on a decision from a King of Cups. And if it's not from a King of Cups, again, it's on the love front. It's with matters of the heart. And then we have the Queen of Swords here with the Knight of Pentacles, which is very interesting. So it's almost like some of you are waiting on the truth. For some of you, when it comes to matters of the heart, so this could be your spouse, this could be your husband or wife, or this could be someone that maybe you're involved with. Maybe you want to be involved with this person. And things might be honestly developing slowly here. When the Knight of Pentacles energy is at play, things can be a bit of a process. He's a slower moving forward energy. So I feel like for some of you, you're moving towards that clarity, you're moving towards that truth, and maybe even for some of you, actually detaching yourself from a restrictive sort of situation, a difficult situation. You're actually moving towards freeing yourself. You're moving towards maybe making a decision to free yourself, or for some of you, a decision that's quite significant. You're moving towards that clarity. But I think that this is happening. It's not happening quickly, that's for sure. This is definitely a bit of a process. But it is happening. So just remain positive. You do have some very positive energies to work with. I feel like it's going to be a good week for you. I just think that For some of you, this is a bit of a process. There's something that's taking place here, and it's not going to be settled. It's not going to just happen in 1 week. This is a bit of a process. For some of you, you do need to cut yourself free from that no longer serves you. For some of you, this could be like a love triangle. You might be married, or you could be in a relationship that could possibly be a toxic relationship. It's no longer serving you. You might have met someone else, or this could go both ways. Maybe you've met someone and they're in a situation like this, and you could be waiting on a decision from that person. You are actually making progress. Things are happening slowly but surely. With the Knight of Pentacles, he always reaches his goal. So you just need to remain positive. Financially, Gemini, I think it's going to be a wonderful week for you. I actually see a lot of abundance around you. I think it's going to be a wonderful week. Also, for those Gemini women, this is that very fertile energy with the Empress. So if you do not want to conceive, definitely take caution with this. So financially, I see it being a wonderful week. You might find yourself to be incredibly creative, especially on the business front. And emotionally, I don't see it being a bad week either. So let me pull you an additional guidance card, Gemini, additional guidance for Gemini. But you do have a lot of characters here. So potentially an earth sign energy, an air sign energy, a water sign energy. All right, additional guidance for Gemini. What does Gemini need to do? Please show me. There we go. And we have Ray. Yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. So even if you don't do yoga, that's fine. Spirit is just simply asking you to focus on your health, your well-being. If you can make some time this week to exercise, that would be wonderful. For some of you, maybe you need to do some yoga, or maybe you need to meditate and bring some peace to your mind. That would be something that benefits you greatly this week. But needing to pay attention to your health this week, okay? So Gemini, I do hope that you found this reading helpful, and I do wish you a wonderful week. Take care.